Hello, my friends of YouTube. Hello, and welcome back. If you are already subscribed to my channel or if you're new to my world, hello. Now, if you've been around, then you know that I started this off very differently than what I would normally do in the last few videos that I've uploaded onto YouTube, onto this channel. And that's because I was doing it Facebook Live and then I would upload it here onto YouTube. But then I decided, as I've gone through this energetic shift and my soul's work is more clear, as my soul's work has evolved into what it is now, which I'm here to share with you. Also, how I deliver it has evolved. And there's a different energy between YouTube and Facebook. And that's the reason why. There's no other explanation besides the fact that I am here. And I just feel, so the real feeling behind it is I feel that I can just be more myself and more authentic versus what I feel Facebook Live where people are coming in and coming out. I just feel like I can just talk to you and just be myself a lot better, because even though I had done working on the metrics of like who's watching, who's not watching, who's commenting, blah, 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 there's still this feeling of needing to perform. And doing something that's pre-recorded, I don't have that pressure. I can just be myself. And that's what I want to offer you and to people and to anybody. Like, you want my authentic version of me, right? You don't want me to be fake, and I don't want to be fake to you or not authentic to you or feel like I have to perform. So that's my little spiel about why I'm on here, on what you're going to be looking forward to in the future, basically, and why now you will be hearing me say hello YouTube friends versus how I used to open up before. So if you don't know me, my name is Jessica Lozano, and I am a women's relationship coach and empowerment coach. And I am here to make a difference in the world, in your life, in whatever way that is, versus just watching my content and feeling the energetic transmissions and just evolving from that. Beautiful. Or if you're here to work with me in one of my programs more closely, more intensively, more long-term, whatever it is, like, I am here to light you on fire to what you came here to be, to do, and to have in your body, in your relationships, and in your career and your money. You came here to have it all, to experience it all, and that's what I am here to usher you into what is possible and what you can actually hold, and being in your own sovereign expression of that, with your man, with your relationships, with the sexy body, all of that. So we're going to talk more about this today, because today is a very special transmission, special video that I'm here to share with you, because it really is about where my soul's work is and what my mission is here on earth as I know it so far, right? Because we are multi-dimensional beings. I'm a multi-dimensional being, so are you. So we are always evolving. We are never staying the same. And my soul's work could continue to evolve, but what I know from it right now is what I just shared, and I want to share what has happened for me to get to this place, to perhaps if you're feeling like a little bit like, I don't know what's happening in my world and in my career, my work, or okay, there we go. I said it was camera was going off. To I guess, I don't know if the word comfort is the right word, or if it's more of a resonance to maybe where you are to where I was, and that you're gonna get past this. And who doesn't love a good story, you know? I love hearing the transformation, the processes that someone went through to get to where they are, because that helps me so much. Number one, it helps me feel not alone. And number two, like, it gives me hope and inspiration and possibility of what is available for me. So here we go. About a few weeks ago, I felt this energetic shift start to take place. And it really felt like this solidifying of energy. And I have gone through a lot of energetic shifts like my whole life since I started my spiritual awakening. But absolutely the last 2 to 3 years, it has been very, very intense. Very, very fast. Very, very like it's moving. And I would hear people say that, but I was just like, I don't think that's right for me because my physical world doesn't seem like it's moving very fast. As a matter of fact, I feel like I'm evolving and the physical world is not moving with me. And that's actually how it manifested for me. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, oh, okay, I know what this means now. It's just like I was going through a lot of alchemization and the physical world is the slowest, so it manifests the last. So back in 2020, which I think most of us probably went through a lot of major shit that year, is when I started to feel that what I was doing in my career was not working. It actually started in 2019. For me, I think 2019 was one of the worst years for me in my life. I remember in December of 2019 crying, like the last few days of the year, just crying and bawling of how much of a failure I felt in my career and how it was moving at the rate that it was moving. And I remember this one day so specifically. Me and my man Ron, we drove up to Costco, and I remember just getting out of the car and just started bawling, crying. So 2019 is the first start of this feeling of like God, this isn't working for me. Number one, like starting to hit that lowest point, right? I feel like that was kind of like my lowest point, because after that, in the beginning of 2020, I was starting to really question things. And I remember around April, March of 2020 is when really I was feeling very similar to how I felt in my previous relationship, where I was just questioning everything and wondering like, yes, I really want to do this, but then I don't know. It was this really turmoil feeling within me. And it was this feeling of I'm dropping onto my knees and God, show me another way. Like there has to be another way than this. And when I did that is when I actually started to remember my connection with God again, with source, with my intuition. Because I had ignored that part of me for a very long time in my business, because I said, this is like human shit. Spirit and God can't do this, okay? This is my job, my responsibility. So in that time in my life, I had a business partner, and I told him like, look, I don't know where my career is going, but I know that this partnership has to dissolve, and you need to move forward and I need to move forward, because it is not working. I am overworked. I am overstressed. I'm not receiving what I feel like I should be receiving for all the amount of work that I'm putting in. And like, I just can't anymore. Right? So we dissolved that in April. And then in September of around 2020 is when I started to feel a new shift take place, right? Because I said, God, show me another way, right? And I dove head deep into all feminine spiritual practices, all of them. And in 2020 was when I really first got introduced to the divine feminine expression, and that completely rocked my world in a good way. By October of 2020, I had a soul reading about my soul's work through a course that I was taking about developing my intuitive gifts, which was also led by my highest self. My highest self said, you need to take this program next. This is for you right now. I said, okay, I am not questioning it, even though I had to put it all on a credit card. I was going for it, right? 2020 financially was probably the worst time because the bank account was just dwindling away and the debt was just coming up. But I felt this deep calling to go forward, to continue to move forward. And even though it was really stressful for my boyfriend, Ron, God bless his soul, but he is a man that doesn't clip my wings, right? He's a man that's like, okay, let's do it. Go ahead, right? I'm like, it's, and when you explain to your man, who is a very masculine man, that's very about logic, and you tell them that you had a hypnosis and that you had a regression and it goes into your highest self, and then your highest self told you to take a program, it can sound like you're making shit up because you wanted to take a program. Like if I talk to one of my girlfriends about it, they're gonna be like, oh my God, wow, that's so amazing. And he's looking at me like, with his logical mind, with his very grounded masculine energy, I'm like, I know that sounds very woo, but I just feel it. I know it, that this is what I'm supposed to do next. In that program, when it came to your soul's work, there was a reading done on me by the entire group, and what everyone said sounded nothing like what I was doing at the time, which was personal training. This is what I had built my entire career on. I had built 12 years of personal training. This is my identity, which is why it was so painful when in 2019 I felt like it wasn't working, and then continuing into 2020. But I said, okay, this is all that I needed. And in the soul's reading, there was something along the lines of awakening feminine energy and marrying the masculine energy, the queen and king energy. It was along the lines of, you're going to take women and really pull them out of this deep, dark place and, liberate them, or help them liberate themselves, really. And things like that, like oracle, like all these really beautiful things that I was I was awakening into, and I was feeling in myself like, yes, I pulled myself out of the deepest, darkest places of my life. Like, I totally want to help women do that. And in that moment, I made that decision. Okay. It's like, okay, Spirit, let's make this official. Let's go on. I went on Facebook Live and said, I'm no longer doing personal training. This is where I feel I'm being called into, and I don't know what we're going to go from here, so come join me along. I remember taking that live in the park where I was living up in Jersey at the time, and it was Minebrook Park, and it was October. The leaves were really beautiful and yellow, and I remember sitting there giving that live. And then, man, did I not know the more... and struggles is not the word. The tough times that were ahead of me, that was really about breaking past limiting beliefs and the slavery around money and around my codependency on my success and on the image that I think that people are seeing me with. So through this entire 2 years, I dove from October to 2020, like until probably the end of December, like probably equivalent towards October 22. So like for 2 years, I just dove head deep into spiritual practices and feminine spiritual practices, awakening my feminine intuition, oracle, yoni work, de-armoring the masculine, de-armoring the cervix, ecstatic dancing, pleasure, joy, money healing, right? And during this time, I'm just kind of like doing things that I felt called to either teach on, to invite people to work with me on, and just as I'm learning, as I'm going, in which me as a 3/6 in human design, that's what my life is like. Like, it is all about experiment. I jump first and I will tell you what my findings were. That is how I operate. I know that, and I've become more accepting of that. So throughout these 2 years, right, as I'm also hiring business coaches and mentors and money coaches and mentors and more feminine practices and like some tantra work and all of that, what really, a lot of the things that you hear about, it's like niche down, right? Like you have to have a specific topic that you need to talk about. And I never liked that. I never liked that feeling. First, I was really scared to even declare myself as something, because all I knew myself as was a personal trainer. I had certificates on it. I have a lot of backing on it. And then the other things that I was learning and teaching on was more based on experience, life experiences, things I have gone through, and just my natural ability to be a coach and a mentor. Like I just have that as a 6th profile line. I have natural wisdom. I do, and I'm a role model, and I'm now ready to really claim that and own that. But it really took time and going through my own uncertainty and learning how to validate myself without evidence that this is what I'm here to do. Like that I have gifts that I can share the world. And I had a point, and I just lost my train of thought. I had a point to that. So yeah, as I'm discovering, right? So part of it was because of a discovery phase of mine, like who am I to be doing this? And then declaring myself either like, oh, here's a program on relationships. That was a huge point that I had to break past. Here's a program on being a liberated woman. Here's, you know, like an intuitive reading, right? So I'm like just learning, I'm putting these things out there in my soul's work area, in my career, in my business, right? At the same time as I'm continuing to develop my own inner knowing, my intuition, my evolution, my connection with my body, and alchemizing and dissolving all the shadows that are connected with money, with masculine wounds. A lot of masculine healing is so connected with money. And I was just healing all of that, feeling the safety of God, the masculine God, not Sophia God, the feminine creatrix of all, the masculine God, divine support, because there's a lot of wounding with God and the masculine as well, because God has always been portrayed as a masculine being. That stoic, stable, I got you energy has been very much seen more as like a punisher, as a fear-based God, as not there for you, right? Like an abandonment type of thing if you didn't do what they did, what you thought that God wanted you to do type of thing. So anyway, so a lot of healing with source, a lot of healing with knowing that I am always divinely protected and connected and provided for. Like that type of healing, like when you are in the middle of feeling like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna, like, is this, like when you're fearing for money, if you're gonna be able to pay your bills, if you're gonna have enough, and knowing that inner security, magic happens. And you become a sovereign woman. You become so unshakable because you were able to work through one of the most uncomfortable sensations, that your brain is thinking that you're gonna die, like your body is thinking that you're gonna die, and yet you come to a place of like personal power. And yes, I had my man. Yes, I had his divine support, but there were still parts of me that I, needed to support myself in. Because my man ain't no millionaire yet. We ain't millionaires yet, right? And my own, and it's also whatever. I don't want to get too much into that. So all of that's going through, right? And then I moved down to Florida, and some of my personal training clients called me back. First of all, my soul felt like I need to get out back to Florida. And I had confirmation of that through an Akashic Records reading with my friend Allie Wilkins. And you're like, there's something there for you in Florida. Like, you need to go, right? In a way of like, your soul's really calling you there. Like, you're really wanting your business to expand. And you're also wanting to go to Florida, because I was confused between staying in Jersey and like for Ron and us staying in Jersey and for us moving to Florida, where I felt like where I really needed to thrive. And I hated the cold. But there was other conversations of, well, what if we just stay here for 10 more years? I was like, I don't know if I can do this for 10 more years. I was like, well, if I live in a bigger house, maybe. And then in this reading was like, where is your soul calling you? Right? So then we had a conversation about that, and we decided, yes, okay, Florida's the next spot. And because I could not take one more winter, I came here. So when I came here, things started to shift in a beautiful way. My old clients started to contact me after 4 to 5 years not living in Florida. They're like, hey, are you doing personal training? I would love to hire you again. Started going, right? And now from this new place of who I am, because the woman that I was when I was here she had done so much evolving. Like, she had left a narcissist relationship through her personal power, not through a place of like, I just can't take it anymore. From a place of pain and suffering. Like, I know this is what I have to do, but this hurts so bad. It was more of a place of like, I knew who I was. I had developed so much personal power within that relationship that I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. I had already suffered so much, right? So that woman was a very powerful woman as it was. But when I returned, I came back with this feminine power and feminine magnetism. I had evolved so much. And with this return, with my clients reaching out to me, and with all these new like codes that I had inside me that I had to offer, I was like, I can help my clients in a deeper way. My sexy body confidence clients is what I call my personal training clients. So that started to take place, right? So now I'm feeling this momentum, right, with my business, got my personal training, things are going really well. I'm really opening up even more on in my online world with what I'm offering within my business, really claiming, yes, I am a relationship coach. Like, I have done so much evolving and growth within my relationship, going from a narcissist relationship to manifesting my dream man that is a safe masculine man that absolutely worships the shit out of me, to we're in this relationship, we're so evolved, we're so like, oh my God, we can't get enough of each other, to a place where now we're in disconnect for like almost 2 years. But I say I because I know I did a lot of the magic to help us overcome and get to the other side of that. To now we're just as in love as we were before, but with history, which is so much deeper. So I claimed myself, yes, I am a relationship. I can help women in their relationships. I can help women with awakening their feminine essence. I can help women with their sexy body confidence. I can help women with being able to hold it all. How can I be a self-motivated woman with like, I have a career, I want my own money, and I want this, and I want a man that loves me and worships me, where I can surrender and just be in my juicy pleasure energy in this relationship with him. And he's a man that I can count on, that I can rely on, that he's dependable, that he's provides for me, not just money, but provides emotional safety, emotional stability. He provides for me sexually in a way that actually he knows how to be with me in my body. And he's not in this like porno mindset, right? Where he can provide so much for me. And where I have this healthy relationship with food and body, and I want to have the sexy body confidence, and I also want to have fun with my life. I don't want to be strict eating food, and I want to be able to have a successful career. And if I'm a mother, I want to be able to have space to be a mother and not be a slave to my work, and then try to scramble some time for my kids and my husband, right? So how could I possibly put myself in a little niche when I have all these codes inside of me. So I never really felt good with that. I played with the idea of that, but it felt like I was always like talking then about this, like talking about money, talking about, feminine sexuality and an awakening, and then talking about sacred union and relationships and how you can get past boredom and complacency and reignite the love and passion. And then talking about body is like, how the fuck are you going to put me in a box as a multi-dimensional woman? Like, I don't want to be that. So a few weeks ago, I started to feel this energetic shift take place. As I had just got into a free mentorship mastermind thing. And the questions that were being asked, I was like, yes, these are activating me. And I think that was just before that. And then I actually even, again, hired another mentor because I'm all about mentorship. I mean, hello, I'm a mentor. So obviously I'm going to be investing in support to expand me and evolve me with me. They don't do the work for me, but we expand together. And it all clicked. I was like, yeah, I'm not meant to just help with just relationships, with just body, with just your feminine expression, with your sacred sexuality, with your emotional stability and your personal power. Like I'm here to help you with all of it. With all of it. So yeah, after that energetic shift, I knew it was like, it felt like when two pieces just pop into place. It was almost like this whole time from that moment that I said something has to change. And then I went through this deep, dark night. That's what I was looking for, this deep, dark night of the soul, of going through so much shadow work and alchemization and just really dissolving everything that was not serving anymore. And each time pieces were coming together, right? And like pieces were coming together, pieces were coming, oh, that's it. Then pieces are coming together and it's just like click. It all clicked. I was like, yes, my mission, like when I close my eyes and I think, what am I, like when I feel into it, not when I think, when I feel into it, the first thing that always comes out is the rising of sacred union relationships. Like sacred union love, sacred union partners. And when I think of sacred union, I think of two sovereign souls coming together in the ultimate co-creation of love that is here to create a legacy of generations to come for future, to build a better life for themselves and for the next generation and the next generation. Because this couple that comes together, what they will teach their children is so beautiful. It is so sacred. It is so healing. Most of us have come from parents who have had a lot of trauma. And most of us have had to do a lot of healing. A lot of healing. A lot of generational line healing. Because we were meant to pave a way for the next to come. We are meant to start a better world and not live in a world of slavery to sex, to money, to relationships, to food, drugs, alcohol's body image, to career, to family dysfunction. We are here to be liberated, sovereign souls and create a world that is absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful and magical. That's what I think about when I'm like, oh, what am I here to do? Like, this is what I think about, like, because one of my greatest pains ever was relationships. And it's not about it's all about what beauty and what type of magic and healing is available within this kind of relationship. Because when you are in this kind of love, what you two can co-create together as individuals and as a couple is absolutely unstoppable. Because our partners are either going to break us down, keep us the same, or build us, evolve with us, right? They're either going to keep wings to where you can only stay where you are, or cut your wings, bring you smaller, or not cut your wings at all. And you do the same for your partner. So when I think of sovereign, the opposite of sovereign is codependent. And we have been in a world of codependency for so long. That's why I believe a lot of marriages have ended up in divorces, because whenever you're cleaning the energy to create a new template, you have to do a lot of housekeeping, and everything that was dirty and nasty has to go, but you have to bring it up to the surface. So, and a lot of that time it looks like chaos, like the divorce rates. And within that, there's a lot of beauty in it, because people, both man and women, are realizing, like, I don't need to be with you for the rest of my life if I really don't love you, if we are really not compatible for each other. So that's what I believe, because I believe a lot of people have been breaking those codependency patterns, because at one point in life, it's just it. You got married and that's it. You were with that person forever and ever. For at one point, women had only one option. Men too. Career and that's it. Women get married and that's it. Now there's options. Now we are actually free to make decisions on what we want with our life. And there's another part where I do believe that has gotten out of control, and then that there are marriages that are meant to be together, partnerships that are meant to be together, that are meant to actually work through that, because your partner will be your mirror of your shadows and your light, even if they are the one. I can guarantee you that. So when I think of sacred union, it's not more about just the love. It's also about the sacredness of your entirety, of you two as people, and everything that makes up you, and that the sacredness of your guys' desires as individuals and as a couple. So your desires and your sacred desires with your career and money and lifestyle and parenting and body and sacred sexuality and your confidence of what you're capable of. And what else is there? Like everything. Your health. There's power in these relationships. There's power, like real power, not control or force. I'm talking about power. I'm talking about I am power. Do you know the power that is available when two couples come together and they both say, I am? That is my mission here. That is my mission, specifically right now for women. I have been told that I am to open up my mind to men. And I think that comes with relationships as a start. Because if I'm going to work with relationships, I definitely have to be willing to speak with men. And I do have some codes with that for as well. So that's my mission here. So I gave you all of this so that you know whether I am your woman. Like, you're like, yes, I love everything that Jessica's talking about. This is my girl. I am here. I am on this journey with her. Whether you are just listening to all my transmissions or my content or my videos or the ones that really call to you, you're like, yes, love this bitch. she just like lights my soul on fire. And that's beautiful. Or if we're here to like work deeper together, and master classes and programs and my deeper, longer containers and mentorships, or my live events, my in-person events, which was another huge thing that part of my soul's work has called me into. Like, I'm meant to be doing more in-person events. I am a generator, so we do good with in-person energy, a generator in human design. And it's just flowing so effortlessly. It's like, how can I say no? How can I deny that? I can't. So if you love me, come hang out with me. Let's continue this journey together. Reach out to me if you're interested in any one of my programs that I'm going to have available. Or bye. If you don't like me, I'm good with that. I'm no longer here to be validated. I'm here to speak my truth. I'm here to help usher the woman that I am here to help usher through whatever it is on their journey that I am here to offer you and us together. So I wanted to share that because of everything that I just said. It is on my heart. Okay, what else do I want to say with you? So I'm not here just in silence. Yeah. I think that's it. So if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. If you are not connected with me on the socials, connect with me on Instagram or Facebook. That's it. Sorry, no TikTok. Not my vibe over there. I can only manage so many things, you know? I can only manage so many things. And I don't like to overwhelm myself. I do have a lot of beautiful free offerings that are coming up, a lot that have to do with like feminine power, a mastermind, a free like week or so mastermind that I'm creating. So if you definitely want to know about all these things, totally follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. And you can also sign up for my email list, where you will get special offers just for you, because there's such a deeper connection with the email list, right? Like, I'm in your email. I feel like it's so much more private. So, yeah. So that. What else? I think that's all I have to say today. I just wanted to really pour my heart out and let you know where I'm at, let you know where I'm shifting into, let you know all the content that's going to be available, all the things that I just spoke about: sexy body confidence, safe yet masculine men that worship you, a love life that blows you away, and a sex life that feels so fucking good with your sacred union man, and being able to have it all: relationships, love, relationships, money, and body. Holding it all. So yeah. Okay, that's it for today. I am done. I am complete. And I hope to see you again. Bye.